So to factorize, first I need to know what does mean factorize. Factorize, it means I'm changing my addition or my subtraction to a product of a multiplication of factors. We have three methods to factorize, or three questions that we need to ask ourselves about it when we are factorizing. The first one is the visible factor, here the easiest one. So I will do some example of the visible factors. The first one, if I look at 3x minus 9, all the time I need to factorize, I want to see how many parts I have. The parts are separated by minus or plus. So I can easily see here that I have two parts. I have 3x and 9. What is the common factor between 3x and 9? 9 is 3 times 3, so the common is 3. So I have 3 factor of, what's the remaining from the first part? X. How I will know if I need to know how I still have x? Because all the time I divide all the term by the common factor 3. And if I do 3x over 3, it gives me x. And what's still remaining from 9 is 3. What does it mean? Because if I do all 9 divided by 3, it's 3. I can check my work here by redeveloping. Yani 3 times x, 3x, 3 times 9 minus 9. The second one, also visible factor. If I look at this one here, I have how many terms? I have 1, 2, 3 terms separated by plus and minus. Do we have something in common between 2x, 2y, and 4? Yes, I have my 2. So 2 factor, I still have here x, I still have here y, and I still have here 2. Also to know what's still remaining here. All the time I take the part divided by the common factor. 2x over 2 gives me x. 2y over 2 gives me y. 4 over 2 gives me 2. The third one here, if I look at it, I have also 3 terms. I will notice that I have in common 5 and x, because 10 is 5 times 2, x. So 5x is in common. So from the first one, I still have minus y. From the second one, I have 2. And from the third one, I still have 1. 5x divided by 5, 1. Now, another example. Now here what really we will see in the exercises. I can see that I have a plus here, so those are my two parts. This is the first part, this is my second part. In each part, I have two factors. My common factor, my visible, it's visible. I can see it's x plus 1. So x plus 1 is visible. X plus 1 factor, what I still have from the first one, I still have 2x minus 3 plus, and I still have from the second one 3x plus 1. And all what we need to do is to simplify all the parts here inside the parentheses. Another example. Also, I have here two parts. This is a part, and this is another part. Do we have something in common between those two parts? Yes, we have the x plus 1. It's a common factor. So I have x plus 1 factor. I still have 2x minus 3 minus, and I need to be careful. And I have a minus. I need to put this part between parentheses, so I will change the sign. So minus times 3x minus 3x minus times 1 minus 1. And also I need to fix here inside. Another example. Also here I have two parts. I can see easily the two parts are separated by a minus. I have x plus 1 times 2x minus 3, and the second part is 2 times x plus 1 squared. X plus 1 squared, and here x plus 1 times x plus 1. So my common factor is x plus 1. What I still have from the first part after I factorized was x plus 1. I have 2x minus 3. You need to be careful for the minus. Minus 2 remaining, x plus 1. And then I will develop here to have the factorized 4. Another example. Then number 9, we're going to see it later again. All those we're going to see it later again. Number 10, come in the same idea. Another example. Also, I can have x plus 2 squared minus 2x plus 2, x plus 1. I have two parts, 1, 2. My visible factor is x plus 2. X plus 2 factor of, I still have from the first one, x plus 2 minus 2 times x plus 1. I will develop here, and I will have my final answer. Now, if I don't have a common factor visible, I need to pass to my second question, is it an identity? That's why I need to memorize the identities. It means I will see in the given this form, and to factorize, I need to move from this part to this part. So we need to memorize the formulas. We need to write it on a copybook and memorize it very well. I can have x squared minus b squared, a minus b times a plus b. I can have three terms like this, a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. And the factorized form is a plus b squared, yani a plus b times a plus b. And I can have a squared minus 2ab plus b squared The factorized form is a minus b squared, so it's a minus b, a minus b. And I need to be careful all the time. And I can see out two terms separated by minus square squared. Out three terms, I have 2 in the square, perfect square, and in the middle I have 2ab or minus 2ab. How are we gonna have this one? We will see it. For example, if I tell you to factorize the first one, I can see here easily that I have two parts, x squared and 9. I will ask myself the following questions. First, visible. Second, if it doesn't work, I will go to the identities. Do we have anything in common between x squared and 9? Nothing in common. So I will go to the second question. Is it an identity? So identity يعني or I see two terms or three terms. Two terms squared minus something squared or three terms with two perfect squared. If I look at the first one, I will notice that 9 is 3 squared. So it's x squared minus 3 squared. So it will remind me of a squared minus b squared. So what is a? X. What is b? 3. So how do we factorize it? A minus b, a plus b, x minus 3, x plus 3. Exactly the same. X squared minus 25. If I look at this one, the 25 here 5 squared. So it's I can see a squared minus b squared. So it's a, the a is x, and the b is 5. So it's a minus b, a plus b. So it's x minus 5, x plus 5. Now here, I can see a squared minus b squared, also different little bit. 4x squared minus 9. I can see that I have two terms, 1 and 2. Do we have something in common? Nothing in common. I will go to the second question. Is it an identity? I can see easily that 4x squared and here 2x squared. So this is a minus, and this is a squared minus b squared because 9 is 3 squared. So it's a minus b, a plus b. So 2x minus 3, 2x plus 3. The second one here is a little bit a trap. If I look at those two parts, come in, I will ask myself all the time the same question. Do we have a visible factor between 2x squared and 8? Yes, I have a visible factor. 8 is 4 times 2, and the common factor is 2. You need to be careful. 2 factor of x squared minus 4. I need to continue factorizing till the end. X squared minus 4. X squared minus 4, it's a squared minus b squared. لأنه 4 هي 2 squared. So I have here a squared minus b squared يعني a minus b, a plus b. So 2 factor of x minus 2, x plus 2. Now, if I go to part 5 and now I have different shapes. If I look at this one, yes, I have 3 parts. I have here 3 parts. This is my first part here. This is my second part here. And this is my third. طيب 3 terms. Do we have something in common between the 3? انتبهوا ما فينا when I have هون x, here I have 4. No, between the 3. No, I don't have. I will ask my second question. Is it an identity? Identity نحن قلنا or I can see something squared minus something squared or 3 terms. I can see it here, those 3 terms. I need to check which one is this one. This one is a squared, 2ab b squared. Why? I will check it. A squared يعني a is x. 4 يعني هي 2 squared. So b squared is 4 يعني b is 2. 2ab, 2 times a times b, it's 4x. So that's it. It's right. So a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. So the factorize is a plus b squared. يعني, or I can write it also x plus 2 times x plus 2. Similarly to this one, I have another one. This is another identity. I can see 3 terms. Do we have something in common between x squared, 6x, and 9? Nothing in common. So I don't have a visible factor. I can't see my visible factor. Now, I will go to the second question. Is it an identity? برجع بتذكر. Identity, I have 2 forms. Or I can see something squared minus something squared. I don't have it. Or I can see 3 terms اللي هي a squared minus 2ab plus b squared or a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. So here I have 3 terms. This is a squared. This is b squared. يعني b is 3. So I have the factorized form here a minus b squared. So a is 3, a is x, and b is 3, Now b squared is 9, so it's a minus b squared, x minus 3 squared, or also I can write it x minus 3, x minus 3. That's, I will move. I can see a squared minus b squared, I can see it in different shapes. فيني اشوفها easily مثلا x squared minus 4 like this one, x squared minus 4, x squared minus 25. I can see parenthesis squared minus a number squared. يعني a squared minus b squared فيها tricky. Okay, here I can see two parts, 1 and 2. Do we have something in common? No. But is it an identity? So I can see that I have something squared minus something squared. X plus 5 squared and a squared minus 9 is 3 squared. So I have a squared minus b squared. So now, and I need to be careful here. A is x plus 5, b is 3. So it's a minus b, a plus b. So this is a minus b, and this is a plus b. And then I need to fix my expression. I can have it also like this. Now, this is another a minus identity. How many parts I can see? This is one part. This is another part separated by minus. And I can see easily that I have something squared minus something squared. So I will think directly about a squared minus b squared. I don't have any visible factor. I'll go to my second question. Is it an identity? Yes. It's a squared minus b squared. هون بدنا ننتبه parentheses all the time. We need to use it. So it's a minus b, a plus b. A is x plus 2 minus b. So between parentheses minus x minus 3 because I need to change the sign later. A plus b, x plus 2 plus x minus 3. So I will have x plus 2 minus x plus 3 times x plus 2 plus x minus 3. So it's 2x minus 1. I'm adding the like term. So I have here 5 times 2x minus 1. Let's see another example. Here also I can see this one. I can see easily 3 terms. 1, 2, 3 terms. Do we have any common factor between those 3? Can I have something visible? يعني same number or same letter x or same variable? I don't have. 1 عندي 4x squared, 12x. Okay, between those two I have something in common. Between those two, yes, but the 3, no. I will ask myself the second question. Is it an identity? The 3 forms. Yeah, a squared minus b squared. All the 3 terms, a squared plus 2ab plus b squared, a squared minus 2ab plus b squared. I can see easily here there is a plus here. I just need to check which one is a, which one is b. 4x squared, yeah, this one comes from 2x squared. So I can say that this is a squared. Excellent. 9 هي 3 squared. يعني this is b squared, يعني b is 3. And I will check mentally if this is 2ab. 2 times 2x times 3, it gives me 12x, yes. How do we factorize it? A plus b squared. Also, I can write it this way. 2x plus 3 times 2x plus 3. This is the factorized form of this one. Let's see if I still have another example. Now here, it's like, I can say it's a revision. So I have 2 parts here. If I look at those 2 parts, I will ask myself all the time, do we have a common factor? Visible, I can see it. Visible factor and visible parentheses. Yes, I can see it. It's x plus 2, x plus 2 factor. What I still have from the first one to x minus 3 plus, what I have from the 7th part, I still have 2 times x minus 1. I will develop 2 times x to x, 2 times to 4, then I will fix inside. That's what you have as another example here. If I look here, I have 2 parts, 1 and 2. كمان, do we have a visible factor? There is nothing in common. طيب, excellent. Is it an identity? I can see easily I have something squared minus something squared. So it's a squared minus b squared. So a is x plus 2, b is 4. How do we factorize it? A minus b, a plus b. So x plus 2 minus 4, x plus 2 plus 4. And then I will have the final answer, x minus 2x plus 6. Another one, I have 4 minus 2x plus 1 squared. I can see easily that I have 2 parts. 2 parts. This is my first part, هون minus, this is my second part. Do we have something in common between 4 and 2x plus 1? 2x plus 1 is one block. Do we have something in common? فيني أقول هون 4 and 2. Be careful. Do we have something in common between 4 and 2x plus 1 all of it together? I don't have something in common. Is it an identity? Does it remind of any identity? Yes, I can see. I have minus in between of 1 squared. What is 4? 2 squared. That's it. So it means that a is 2, B is 2x plus 1 and I can use the identity A minus B A plus B.